Hey, everyone, and welcome to the Sales Unscripted podcast. I am one of your hosts, Margaret Henny.
Host number 2, Brian Neal.
And you guys, it's March Madness.
Oh, that's right.
I'm just diving straight into it. Basketball is life in Indiana.
It is.
And today is the first day of March Madness, Thursday.
Yep.
And it is my 2 favorite days.
Oh, interesting.
You're
really into it.
I love it. I love college basketball so much.
Huh.
I canceled a meeting with a client because I realized it was in the afternoon. I was like, oh, it's like Thursday, 4 o'clock, whatever. I sent her an email and I was like, listen,
can't do it.
I have a request.
Can't do it.
Please reschedule this?
I think I'm a little out this year.
Yeah.
Because we only have one team from our home state of Indiana.
It's true.
Right? Just Purdue. Now I'm married to a Purdue grad.
Wait, is
They're
Notre
playing
Dame
now.
in it too?
No.
Just the women.
Notre Dame's bad. The Notre Dame women are. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Notre Dame women.
Women's, yeah. And so is Indiana's women's team.
Yeah. Okay.
Men's March
Right,
Madness
for men's.
is out. So,
I know. My Bulldogs aren't in.
No, Butler's out. Notre Dame's out.
Aztecs are not in. Who is
they got smoked the other night. I saw that. They got smoked. It was bad.
It was so bad.
But I didn't know you were that into it. I don't do it because of my other job. I don't do a bracket or.
You don't?
No,
Can you
no,
not?
No. I could technically, but I would
okay.
never. I just don't. No interest in anything related to like picking a sport team for a thing. It's just.
Well, okay, that makes sense.
Hard no. It's a hard no. You know
as
what I mean?
Referee,
even if it was
they're like, wait a minute.
If it was like free, even with my kids, I don't even do it with my kids. Like, nope, strong no.
I love it.
So can you say who you have winning the tournament on your bracket? Or
are you
superstitious?
Okay, here's the thing that
because they're getting their ass kicked right now.
Well,
do you have Wisconsin winning?
No, I do have Wisconsin going far though. I would love to see the Badgers go far. I love a Big Ten team.
Yep.
Okay, but here's the thing. Sometimes your bracket is not just about your heart; it's about your head. And
listen to you go.
I have Houston winning it. Am I a Houston fan?
No,
I don't care about Houston.
No.
But I have a feeling. So I'm going.
I've got a feeling.
I'm going with them. So
you and will.i.am.
I know.
I've got a feeling. Did you ever see the old Oprah opening show where they did the flash mob with about 100,000 people that Oprah didn't know about? Google that. Do yourself a favor.
Okay,
now, this is weird. Do you cry? Are you a crier?
Totally.
I'm such a crier.
I love it.
Okay, and I cry at weird shit.
I know, me
I
too.
can't watch this video without crying.
Really?
We'll watch it after.
Okay.
You'll see. It's just so, I don't know. There's something about it. I didn't know you'd never seen that. Okay, we'll talk about it. It's really fun. Okay. It's March Madness. You had an idea. Let's do March Madness theme for Sales Unscripted podcast. I said, I've got something. You said, tell me on air. It's Margaret's
fadeaway. Okay, sorry. Keep going.
You said you looked funny when you ran.
Oh.
But you don't look funny when you're shooting a fadeaway. You have to run to shoot a fadeaway.
I had to keep it in the camera.
It's not bad. Yeah, right. I got you. Oh, that's what it was. Because otherwise, it would have looked perfect.
So athletic.
If it had to keep it in the camera. So here, and it's funny. I just came up with like literally one word, and I have no idea where it's going to go. Ready?
Okay.
Here's the word: Cinderella. Cinderella is a March Madness theme, but let's talk about what does Cinderella mean in the sales world. What is a Cinderella? How does it work? And we can go all sorts of ways because Cinderella is, interchangeable with the actual character.
Yep, totally.
Right?
Okay, if you guys aren't familiar with the Cinderella story or Cinderella team, so when it comes to March Madness, there's usually some kind of Cinderella team, and that's someone that is a very
aggressive, huh?
Crack.
Cheers.
Okay. A team that is an underdog who maybe hasn't been to the tournament before, and they go deep, right?
Yep.
So they're going to Sweet 16, Elite 8, like whatever. They are such fun teams to cheer for. It is a blast. Like usually a lot of the focus is on them. Like the Peacocks a couple years ago, super fun. Obviously my Butler Bulldogs many years ago went to the Cinderella. So yeah, there's great examples.
That's what that is. So let's talk about how that fits in sales. I've got one little, and so if you're listening to this, like where in the hell is this going to go? We don't know. That's why it Sales Unscripted.
Exactly.
But here's something to think about. And you as a seller are likely on the spectrum somewhere. Would you rather be the underdog, or would you rather in the sales process be the incumbent?
Oh, see.
And I think this is a counterintuitive move. And I'll tell you now, and you as you're listening to this are thinking, okay, you're one of those two. You're either the brand who's like the second or third tier, or you're and both of you think the other one's got it better. I guarantee you, both of you think the other one has it better.
Yeah.
So when I worked right out of college, I worked for Procter & Gamble, biggest consumer packaged goods on the earth.
Right.
So if you didn't work for P&G, you worked for Unilever or Clorox or Max or General Foods, you thought we had it better. Yeah. And all we thought was you guys had it better because you could do things that we couldn't do.
Yeah, true.
And everybody thinks they got it better, being the kind of incumbent or the Cinderella, so to speak.
Yep.
Would you rather be Duke or would you rather be High Point University?
What's your answer to that?
High Point, me too. Now, why are you going High Point all day? So that's the Cinderella. So High Point University just got in the tournament first time since I think 91 or something like that.
Something 95? Like that.
Maybe ever. Yep.
But I love being an underdog.
Okay, there you go.
Why?
Why?
I think
in
it's
sales.
Just,
why do you love being
in
an
sales?
Underdog?
Well,
this is great.
Mostly because I feel like I sell like I've got nothing to lose.
I love it.
Which is great, right? When you're the underdog, you can come in, you can come out swinging. Yes. You don't have to be so nervous. I feel like I have my best conversations. I'm my most curious. Versus when you're trying to hold on to something, like you're at the top, right? You're just gripping onto things so tight and you're not thinking about the possibilities of, what could be in a positive way. You're like, what if I blow this?
Yep.
What if I lose this?
Yes.
And then, when you're a Cinderella, you get to come in and say, what if we freaking win it all?
Right.
And
why not?
I get carried out on people's shoulders.
So you're better at that.
Totally.
That's more your move, getting carried out on people's shoulders. I can just see you like...
I
felt there's like, how there's like in a movie, there's like a dream scene where the person has a dream. I could see you having.
I'm having it right now.
Kind of like the dream in High School Musical.
Totally.
When he was having the dream that they won that scene. It's great.
That's what I'm doing right now.
So there are all sides to this. So if you're listening, you're thinking, okay, where am I? So if you're the incumbent, the person who's the biggest, baddest person, team, in your case, product or whatever you do, I also see teams overlook Cinderellas.
Yeah.
Right?
Good point.
So some of us think that we're so good or our product is so awesome or so superior or the brand's so good or here's the worst part, the relationship is so good. Nothing could ever change. And we just had a conversation in a VP of sales peer group that we run here at BZ this morning. It was a guy who had a kid on a basketball team who's really good. They did what they do. They're the behemoth. They overlooked small competitor. Small competitor plays gritty, strong, nothing to lose. Beat them. Beat them.
I hate to tell you how much I love that.
Exactly. And so if you're a seller, I think one of the first things you do with this whole Cinderella concept is figure out which side of the fence you're on and then figure out what's helping you and hurting you, holding you back.
Yeah,
because some Cinderellas think that they can never beat the we can't compete with them.
A blind
right?
spot.
Totally.
Right? Where they don't have the confidence to come in, right?
Yes.
And then, like you said, the incumbent or the one who's kind of the top dog has a blind spot in thinking nobody else can come in here and take this business from me.
100%.
So, great point.
And I think this starts with always head, heart, and soul stuff first. Always starts with mentality. And so I think you'd have you, if you're listening to this, examine your own mentality. Like, how do I think? Can you be an incumbent in a leading brand or leading relationship and still sell with grit or with nothing to lose? That's the problem. Salespeople get too comfy when they've got it, and then they get scared to lose. Where if you're High Point, you got it, you got nothing to lose. Play loose, like let's go do it.
Exactly.
And so I think it's how would you suggest someone who is the top brand, the best person? If they, I'm selling from fear still from there.
Yeah.
What do we give? What advice do we give to that person?
I would say, take a look at what Cinderellas do well. And like you said, one of them is sell with grit, like they've got nothing to lose. So that's one thing. The other thing that I think Cinderella teams do well is play as a team.
Oh.
Whereas a lot of times the incumbents, you've got like an all-star, they're shooting everything. They're the ones who always have the ball. So if that's a way that you're playing in your sales, look at your team. How can you play better as a team? And that might be working with, the folks on, engineering or product or support or whatever. If you're thinking you're going to close this all by yourself as the big bad salesperson, you are probably missing something.
That's really, really good. And we have so many stats and data. Gong, our friends at Gong, they have so much data that talks about multi-threading on both sides.
Yes.
And bringing other people into the mix.
Yes.
And always team selling, never solo. It's fantastic.
And
that's
it helps
really good.
build trust for those people as well. When you're bringing in other people that are going to be a part of that relationship, because let's face it, as salespeople, we start the relationship and then we hand it off and we're gone, right? We might be a little bit involved, but for the most part, we got to continue to do our job over here.
Yep.
So you can pass the ball to the rest of your team. Hey, you like that? Let's go.
But in Indiana, only a bounce pass. Only a bounce pass.
I love a chess pass.
Do you? Why?
Oh,
it's very risky. tight.
Down.
Did you play basketball? You didn't play
in
basketball.
Fourth grade.
Well, you know that
I made
stuff. That's
one
good.
basket.
Good job, Margaret.
Thank
I'm proud
you.
of you. Good job.
I played on
One
the
basket.
maroon team.
You did. Oh, it's so funny. The
God.
maroon. What other colors did you play?
Royal blue.
You didn't even have names?
No, it's so sad.
It is sad.
I know.
Make up a name like the
silly?
daisies, or you know what I mean. Make
like
up big
something
flower names.
cool.
You know what I mean?
I know.
Tulips,
Well,
daisies,
maroon. Guess what color our jerseys were?
maroon.
And they're so ugly. So
Is that a bad color?
Freaking ugly. Well, I mean, when you're a fourth grader in 1993, you don't love maroon.
Yeah.
You're like, where's
Yeah.
the teal? Where's the hot pink? But anyway, so pass the ball, bring in the rest of
That's
your
good. I
team.
like that.
You're going to be stronger as a team.
I like it. Here's another element that I see, and this goes along with someone who's the incumbent, the behemoth, the Duke, if you will, that Duke University.
Oh, I hate him.
I know
God, I
everybody
hate
does.
him so much.
Yeah, you hate them unless you're them. If you're them, you love them, right?
Thank you for bringing it up.
It is like how do I say this? Like outside of the team thing, the amount of attention that we give to someone. I think sometimes people that are the incumbent take for granted that things are good, like no news is good news. And so they get caught
Yep.
because a high point, someone that's the Cinderella comes in,
Yep.
and they start poking around, and they're working, and they're active, they're in and out, and so they're more visible. We just did an installation meeting for our BCSOS at a really good, new, fun, big client, and they talked about a deal that they had lost because our guy had a relationship with a person, and the competitor came in and formed a relationship with the CEO, and we got ousted.
Wow.
We got ousted. And that is Cinderella stuff. That's someone with a little grit, trying to navigate your way. When you've got nothing, because here's what happens. The person who had the relationship with sort of like the ops guy, it's a great relationship. And the person thinks he's the decision maker.
Right.
The guy or gal who's got nothing to lose, she's like, fuck it, I'm going to call the
Let's
CEO.
talk to the
I don't care. I
CEO,
got
why
nothing to
not?
lose. And I do. And then there comes relationship. Then I get,
Wow.
that is the difference. That's Cinderella selling versus,
I like it.
I don't want to say Duke.
Call it
Say
Duke,
Indiana. I mean,
please.
we've got 5 banners. What are we talking about?
Yeah, that's
here,
true. That's
right?
true. That's true.
Come on. So that's another thing that I see is a little bit of, and I don't think it's intentional. I think it's just safe. I think people that are the incumbent sometimes are afraid. Here's the thing. Cinderella's versus, do you think, I think this, it's kind of leading, isn't it?
I bet
Here's
I
a
will.
great idea.
I bet I'll agree.
Wait till you listen to my awesome idea. Is some teams play to win, some teams play to not lose.
Ooh.
And it evolves through the game.
Yes.
So some people, when they have a comfortable lead, they sort of throttle back a little bit. They play a little safer.
Totally.
Right? And they get caught.
Yeah.
And I think some salespeople play to not lose versus play to win.
Yep.
Cinderella's always play to win.
I think you
Cinderella's
are
always play to
exactly
win.
right.
Good on
And
that.
they play a little fast and loose in a good
Yeah,
way, right?
yeah.
Like they're out there having a great time. They're, doing some heat check shots from half court, whatever. Like, why not? Go for it.
What's a heat check shot?
If someone is like on fire and they're they can't miss, and then they
gotcha.
like throw up one and you're like, ooh, heat check. They
You
missed
watch
that one.
You watch a lot of basketball,
I
don't you?
love basketball.
I can tell. I don't watch that much basketball.
It's
I
my
used
sport.
to love it, kind of. Although I was in college when Indiana went to the Final Four.
Now that's fun.
And you were in 5th grade, no,
Probably.
3rd grade. If you're in 4th grade, 93, you're
I
in 3rd grade, 92,
totally made up
which is
that
when I
year.
was
I
there.
don't know.
Oh,
But
you didn't know. Oh, I thought that's what
I
you
just
knew for
pulled
sure.
up a random year. I'm
pretty-
not totally
pretty
sure.
close, isn't it?
But I bet it's right around there. Yeah.
And so, we got to go to watch Indiana. We got beat by Duke by 20 points in the first round. Then we became Michigan fans.
Sons of bitches.
I know.
Okay,
It
sorry.
was really
I'm all
fun.
fired up
Super
right now.
fun.
Another thing I will say that is
please.
actually tough when you are the top dog is expectations are higher. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And so sometimes like you can't just do the status quo because you think, hey, we got this made, but some of those squirrely little Cinderellas might come around and do
Yes.
something that's maybe a little bit more sizzle than steak, and that can still get people's attention. So just
Yes.
heads up, the expectations for y'all is tougher, and that's one of the pros and cons that comes with that name brand recognition and having a lot of logos in the space, right? That is a pro, but there are certainly some things that are working against you as well, so just be thoughtful about them.
Yes. Yeah. And that's just I think it's more persona stuff. It's just the culture that some of these teams take on. Now, On the other side, there are, number one seeds that come out and they want to punish you.
Oh,
if you're a 16 seed, they're like, we're going to show you have no business being out here.
Exactly.
And a quick hit. And they're like, okay, yeah, we don't belong to be out here. So whoopsie daisy. And then they end up winning by 40.
Yeah.
That's another mentality that if you do work for one of those incumbents, you think, do I have that kind of mentality? Do I have we're going to beat the hell out of these people? Even though we're already winning way better, we're going to show them that. That's pulling that grit and that edge forward. I think it's a good thing to do.
I think so too.
Against the Cinderella.
Yep, absolutely.
Poor little Cinderellas.
So what's our advice for Cinderellas then?
On that one?
Yeah. Oh, well, just on any
Hit
because
back. I think the Cinderellas, I think a couple things that I said earlier. One is be more active. You get no fear. So you go to the CEO or whoever you want to go or call or network your way to the ownership group or you got nothing to lose whatsoever. And I love the idea because you have nothing to lose. You can then ask or say anything.
That's so
you can
true.
ask how they're doing, where they're falling short. Here's another thing. Now, you can't do this in basketball or sports. You can do this in selling.
Okay.
It is possible that a customer might have two suppliers for whatever that you do.
Oh, yeah.
So you can also take the angle to just supplement wherever that behemoth or that Duke or whomever it is, or who do you want to say? Houston this year?
Yeah,
Houston's your number one?
Yeah, Houston's who I have winning it.
Got you. The Houston. We might supplement what they're doing.
Yeah.
Or fill in a gap that they have.
I like that.
So it doesn't have to be an all or nothing win 0-1.
Totally.
That would be another piece of it.
Well, and a lot of times as a smaller one too, you're a little bit more nimble. So you might be able to get some things done that they can't. There's less red tape. You're like, hey, you're working with this massive company over here. They don't have the ear of their product guy and gal. I do.
Bravo.
Let's talk about what you need.
Bravo.
Thanks.
I love that. I love the word nimble.
I do too.
It's one of my faves.
So
got to be able to react. Nimble. All right, I told you I went to see a Broadway play.
Yes.
I'm not going to say what it is, but it was awesome.
I love musicals.
But Broadway in general is just different.
Oh.
Versus Broadway across the USA.
Oh, interesting.
Just
okay, so
different.
going to New York or whatever.
Have you seen it play on Broadway ever?
Never.
I've
only been to New York City one time.
Margaret,
yes.
Hey, you're kidding me.
I know.
I didn't know this.
I've seen so many musicals in my life, but it's always been things that are touring.
Different. Number one, it's the best people from the Broadway tours usually,
which is cool.
Or really good actors is cool.
Yeah.
All of the theaters though are built for theater. They're, most theaters you see at Broadway across America are built for concerts and events. And these are just built. They're little. They're intimate. And everything is good.
I actually did not even know that or think about that. I'm just thinking about the same size
not
venues.
Even close.
Ooh.
Really small, intimate. You were right there. It's awesome.
That's so cool.
Strong recommendation for Margaret to go to New York City. Okay, that was good, right?
That was
Cinderella's?
good. Yeah, well done.
Pulled that out, didn't we?
I like it.
No prep. Dang.
No, I had
Sales
no idea
unscripted.
what you were going to say.
Literally had no idea.
You're like, I got an idea.
And all I
Hit
thought
record.
of was the word. I didn't even think where it was going to go.
We did it.
Trust the process. Trust the process. Okay. Good one.
Thanks,
we'll do it
guys.
again next time.
Happy basketball.
Sales Unscripted. Good luck with Houston.
Bye.
Send you good vibes. See ya.